In this video, I got 2 hunters that just couldn't quite make the kill. I got my cousin Jax, who came close a couple of times, and then Sidney, who came very close multiple times. Since I've got a lot of content in this video, and there's just a lot built around it, I decided I'd turn it into a what not to do video, or just little tips and tricks here and there. Obviously, sometimes you can't prevent what happens in the turkey woods, but it's also nice to be prepped and kind of build a plan in your head.
It's a little bit more work sometimes, but it's a lot more fun.
I'm really going to be focusing a lot on scouting in this video because almost every time we got busted, it started with scouting. On the first day of Jax's hunt, we had another rainy day. It was tough to find birds the day before, and I just said, you know what, I'm gonna wing it. I know where there's some birds that kind of roost here and there, and I think if we set up just right, it might work.
It started pouring again, so we're just gonna fight the rain. We can do a lot of walking and sitting in the woods in places like this. I get my reaper decoy set up. Might not hear a gobble, might not hear a cackle or anything, but we're gonna give it a go. Sit for 15-20 minutes and then move.
One of the big things on these rainy days is I tend to drive around too much. I think that I can drive around, spot and stalk, get up on a bird, try and cut them off, or try and reaper them. Sometimes, really all I gotta do is just walk. Jaxon and I drove around for about an hour just trying to find a bird. We got close to a couple and we made some moves. But then once we got walking in the afternoon, we really started to have some action.
Right up at the top of that hill. I think those are the jakes, and they might be dumb. They want to run right at us. We never know. See if that's a hen or a jake, because you might be able to mess with this guy. He's kind of coming our way. Just try and keep your head down as much as possible.
In certain fields that just looked like they had nothing, I knew there was birds there. Once we walked out back, there they all were. We had a big flock of jakes, we had a lone tom, we had some gobbles in the distance, we had deer bedded down, we had everything. So my biggest thing right now is scouting. And just walk. If you get a rainy day, don't give up on it. Don't try and drive around. Just walk, find the birds. If you bust them, you bust them. The second day hunting with Jax, I had Dad running the call and I was running the camera. We thought we had everything set up. We heard birds roosted. We knew their area. We thought we could just go in there at a decent hour, set up, and be ready to action. It's Friday morning. Dad roosted some birds yesterday, and I think they got a couple hens with them and some gobblers. So Dad and I are going to team up and film and call in some birds for Jax.
see all three. Yeah. There's tree there.
Later on in this video, you're going to see that you just have to have more of a plan for some things to work out. You got to scout out these certain areas, find where they do like to roost, and find certain points of these fields that you can set up. Your decoy can be seen, you can be heard. This hunt was a very good experience for Jaxon. Even though we didn't get the birds that we wanted to in, just being able to see some in front of him, in my opinion, is definitely a lot. Sometimes you don't know how these birds come in. The first morning sitting with Sidney, I knew where those birds were roosted because we were playing with them quite a bit. And we saw them the morning before, or the night before, and we went in there, set up. Birds are literally right around the corners now.
Sounds like these gobblers might have short-stopped us.
These birds ended up roosting way too far back. This just comes back to how you scout. If you see a bird before dark, see what tree it goes in, because they can move a lot of ways if they want to. This next part of the video is from our second weekend. We didn't scout once again and didn't have birds roosted. So when we first set up in a field, we realized there was 3 hens right above us, and they putt right away and by all birds. Right back to the scouting. You can scout every single day, but make sure that day before you're gonna hunt, make sure they're in the tree as best as you can. Sometimes if you go out the next morning without scouting at all, it's almost a waste of waking up at 3:30 in the morning. After we got busted by those birds, we decided to hit up another spot that hasn't been hunted a lot. We hunted it with Jaxon a little bit, but it never really got hunted good when it was all scouted out perfectly. We went down, set up, and called for a little bit, and then just waited. I wanted to be quiet. I wanted to just see what was out there. And sure enough, about 20 minutes later, birds fired right up. This part of the video is pretty much all about patience. Not only did I shut up with a call, I just waited and listened for 20 minutes, and that fired those birds right up, and they were not on the run, but they were coming at us. The second part about patience is that if they stop calling, there's a good chance they might be walking at you and starting to get close, and you're just seconds away from a big shot gobble. In this area, these birds kind of like to hang around a certain part of the field, and I decided to make a move when those birds shut up for about 10-20 minutes. As we're walking down this side of the field to where they might be able to see the decoy, we had a big shot gobble, and he was right on that tree line, almost in sight. He just had to come around the corner and he would have been in sight. So I stuck the Jake decoy down, figured those birds were henned up, and we got in a very bad spot, no cover whatsoever. So sometimes you just gotta be patient. Even when it comes down to decoys, you don't need a Jake decoy to fire some of these birds up. Sometimes just play with the hen, call the hens. Even if they're henned up, they might come in. So you just gotta hang out, enjoy the outdoors, wait for these birds to come in naturally. This final part of the video took everything I just talked about, put it in a great big bundle, and made it happen. I scouted, had these birds roosted, I knew where they were roosted, I knew what the field was like, I scouted it pre-season, made a huge plan, right down to however many yards it was to walk, what the time would be to walk in. We ended up walking right past a hen that I did not see roost, and instead of calling it quits or trying to set up a different way, we just backed up 100 yards to where she couldn't see us and set up in another area that I already knew about. These jakes were roosted right beside that hen, and they came right in because I just had patience. Instead of giving up on my plan, I did a little bit of calling and just let them come in.
It's been a pretty fun morning. These birds haven't been hunted too much, so start of the third week could be, or very well could be, our last hunt of the season, so giving it our all. I'm not gonna hold out for Jake. We're gonna wait for a good Tom.
It's getting really cool.
gonna come in the country. You just gotta get rid of these jigs, okay? If that Tom walks away, you deserve any one of these jigs. If you want a turkey or you have what you just saw. That was the coolest turkey hunt I've ever been on.
This entire part of the video was by far my favorite hunt. I've set up perfectly before, had birds come right in on a string, good toms. I've played with birds and they'd work, but watching bird after bird come in and just sitting there and enjoying seeing what they do, how the toms come in and the jakes work and push out the toms, it was just very fun. Having that great of a setup from scouting, I was able to just sit there and watch those birds and make a decent amount of movement and noise without them even knowing, and watching them focus and just staying calm and having patience was the best thing ever. Turkey hunting isn't all about the kill. Sometimes it's just nice to sit out in the woods, listen to all the different birds wake up, the gobble from across the field. It's just a very cool outdoors experience. Sometimes you just gotta cherish the moments in the turkey woods because it's one of the greatest feelings out there.